This is rather amazing. It's only been 7 weeks since 7 of us gathered around Jose, the Doug fir in Maple Leaf. We just learned his name. And we were saying goodbye to him, but in a blessing kind of way. And we held just this first little tree honoring ceremony. Very simple. A photograph of that kind of went viral on the last 6,000. It touched people's hearts, and it was a few days later that my tree sister Sandy here said, "Megan, there's another tree." And she is Luma, and she will live as a result of what has happened in 7 short weeks. That is the power of community, and I see neighbors of Luma's family here. We're getting very attached to these trees. We're probably all going to turn into trees at some point. And it was about, at that gathering, we had about 60 to 70 people, and the magic there in that moment was that the tree advocates, organizations, and individuals who were passionate about, knew what was coming with the middle housing bill, with our supposed new tree protection ordinance. And we knew that it was not good news, and we were trying to reach people. But it was this gathering outside, the neighbors and us, an exchange of information, and then allowing all of those questions. And it was a very emotion-filled night. And then part of the magic, too, was that we kind of transmuted all of that energy into love for the trees, love for Mother Earth. And really at this point, to explain that a little bit more, I'm going to read the land acknowledgement that has come out of our association with the Snoqualmie tribe who showed up at the 3rd gratitude gathering. Cecil Hansen, who has been tribal chairwoman of the Duwamish since 1978. She was there with a blessing, one of her tribal council women there. So we were, this powerful being of a tree was really connecting us above ground the way all of nature is connected under the ground, and we are one. This is incredible. We've come out of our houses, off our computers, no Zoom meeting. We are here in person. And we acknowledge that we are on the traditional land of the first people of Seattle, which includes the Duwamish, Puyallup, Snoqualmie, Suquamish, Tulalip, and Muckleshoot people, past and present, and that we honor with gratitude the land itself and these tribes. We also wish to express our deep gratitude to the tribes for sharing their wisdom with us and their help in reawakening in our hearts and in our lives the values of reciprocity, gratitude, and interconnectedness with all of Mother Nature and her beings.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the way we will show our reciprocity with Mother Nature later is we'll invite you all to join in just laying your love and intentions for highest and best good for these trees, for all trees, for our work together. And this will be an evening to help you if you don't know how to move in whatever action is right for you. And with that, I'm going to turn everything over to Sandy.
Hi, I am a medical social worker, and I turned into a tree social worker. and so one of the things that I do is I find trees in the city that are at risk that can be saved, and I try to find their community around them, because almost every tree has a community of people that notice it or benefit from it, and sometimes even when they don't realize it, that tree is making their life better. And I think you guys are all here because you feel the same way. We have a really big problem in Seattle with cutting down our trees and a growing urban heat island. We are now in the top 5 nationally of urban heat islands. That just came out last week. And this is how you get there, is by clear cutting one lot after another. I'm on the board of Tree PAC, which is a tree protection political action committee, and we have connections with architects. And so every project that I look at with the tree in mind, I have found in every circumstance that the housing that we need could be built with the trees remaining, because most development in Seattle is what we call infill development. So that means another house was on the lot and it was, so there's a space naturally there. So anyway, I have a plan that my friend who's an architect drew up that I brought tonight, which shows that you could build, a home. It's a slightly smaller home, but it's still a great home, and a dadu on this lot, and keep these Douglas firs. So I did want to honor this person who's come from across the country, Tim. I know he founded the Biophilic Cities movement, and we've been in touch now for a year or two, and I'm so grateful for everything he does. And can you just introduce yourself, and then Kirsty will speak, who is a wildlife and nature hero in West Seattle. Yes, and then we'll do the gathering itself. So yeah, come on in, Tim.
Well, just thank you for letting me be an interloper today, and to see this wonderful event. And I've been reading about it, watching it from afar, hearing from you about it, and we've been having an ongoing conversation about what cities need to do to protect trees. So I help to run this network of cities. We have 30-something globally in our Biophilic Cities network, and the challenge is the same. I mean, it's different in different places, but how do you protect what we love, and how do you, as you suggest with your plan, it's possible to have growth and development, and yet also protect the things that we love.
Which protects
nature,
us.
Which protects
right.
us.
Yeah.
I also read, I've been here for a few days, and I've been reading the Seattle Times. And you apparently have now moved off the short list of cities with low levels of air conditioning. I mean, now San Francisco's ahead of you in terms
my
of,
gosh,
I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
Yeah,
right?
we need air conditioning
So
now.
anyway, I'm glad to be here and to watch it. I'm just going to watch and listen, and one of the things I'm trying to do is a film.
Yeah.
So we're going to be filming the next couple of days and interviewing a lot of people, and visiting some places like Bryant Heights tomorrow morning, that show some evidence about what's possible and how you can build in a different way, a tree-oriented kind of way. But to me, this is as much a part of the story. So
it's you.
This doing these kinds of events, becoming active, organized, I don't know, but I'm imagining people are beginning to pay attention to you.
I think
and
so.
that this is going to make a difference.
We are hard to ignore.
Hard to, increasingly so, I
Yeah.
think. So I'm hoping to capture that story so that folks in other cities can be inspired and learn from this story.
Thank you, Tim.
So thank you for letting me do this. Our cameraman is not here until later tonight, otherwise we'd be...
Darn.
We'd be filming.
So Kirsty can be next, and then I could also take, or any of us could take a couple of questions. Kirsty could as well after she speaks. So I realize I didn't get a chance to... Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Microphone.
Sorry. I talk really quietly,
Come closer,
even
put
with
your
a
mic-
microphone.
Yeah.
So. And I just want to say, public speaking is not my thing. I'm scared, I'm more afraid of this than having an eagle 5 inches from my face.
She's so brave. Yeah.
So thank you all for coming, and I brought a prop. So this is my partner Jeff, who's support.
You're safe here.
You're safe.
Here.
Yeah, these are your people, sister.
I know.
Yeah.
So I want to just talk about the birds, the bees, the whales, and the trees, because they're all connected, and the trees are kind of the anchor for that. So without the trees, we don't have any of those things. And I wanted to highlight the merlins, who I discovered the first nest in West Seattle in, I think, 2018, and I've been monitoring and researching them since. And they are populating this area with many children. as you can see what's happening here. This is Merlin sex.
No children.
And these pictures went on to be in a book. It's called Magical Merlins. It's an amazing book. So they nest in this neighborhood, and they've been nesting here for 7 years that I know of. And the reason they nest here is because they need mature, tall Douglas firs. I mean, other evergreens too, but mostly Douglas firs. So without these, we don't have these. So it's humbling to have them here. And when the babies disperse, like mid-August, they always come down to our house. So it's really incredible.
Oh, wow.
I had 2 of the kids 2 weeks ago, just in the yard, and they do prey transfers in the air. So they turn upside down, and the dad feeds them and passes the prey to them in the air.
Oh, wow.
Really dynamic aerial displays. So I'd also like to give a shout out to Sarah Macco.
Yes, our tree saver.
She is the chestnut tree hero here. So for me, I speak for the wildlife, and in situations like this, it's a needs versus a wants. So humans, we have our wants, but wildlife has needs, and they can't deviate from that. We can. So we need to come up with creative workarounds. Burners. And we need to work, and we cannot lose any more of our exceptional trees.
No.
Yeah.
Or we won't have the whales. If we don't have trees, we don't have whales. It's so humbling to have the whales go by our backyards, and it is not something to take for granted.